welcome back to my channel. So a bit different today, we're going to be doing a review, so let's get into it. Okay, so the review for today is about hair. And yes, please excuse the fact that I have spots and things like that. I wear a mask for work, so obviously I've got loads of spots at the minute, which isn't great, but I am going to be looking at lots of different skincare, and I will do a review on that as well. So what we're going to talk about is how to keep the brassiness from coming through when you've got a highlighted hair like mine. So I've got quite dark hair underneath this, and obviously then it's highlighted on top. And I've not really seen many kind of reviews or things out there about, well, what to do to keep it from going really brassy for hair that's quite dark underneath the highlights. So I've got some products that I use, which I've kind of used to try and help combat the brassiness in my hair. Sometimes, you know, the brassiness will still come through a little bit after a few washes, but I'm going to show you what I normally do to try and fight that brassiness. So some of the products that I do use, one of them is on the cheaper end and one of them is on the more expensive end. They're still not that expensive, the ones that are on the more expensive end, but I thought I'd show you two different products, which I love both of them equally, to be fair, and there's only just a slight difference between them, I think, anyway. So if you're looking at more of a cheaper option, the cheaper option that I've got is it's the Provoke. Provoke Touch of Silver Blonde, Platinum, Grey or White Hair Brightening Shampoo. So I can't say how amazing this is for getting the brassiness out of your highlighted hair. I can't obviously say what it's like on people that have just got pure blonde hair. I don't know the reaction that it's going to have for the technique that I use, but on my hair, which is obviously very dark with the highlights in, this has stopped the brassiness from coming through quite a lot. So what I would normally do is, it does say on the bottle to obviously wet your hair, massage, leave for 5 minutes and then rinse off. I do something a little bit different, so bear with me on this one. I know it doesn't recommend to do this, and other people might say, oh my god, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that, it's bad for your hair. This is just what works for me. Obviously, if you don't want to do this, that's absolutely fine. You can follow the directions, and to be fair, I've done it both ways. So, as I said, the first way is to obviously wash your hair with this, leave it in for 5 minutes, and then wash it out. That works fine, but I felt for myself that the brassiness was coming through quite a lot when I was doing that. So it's okay if you're going to use it more often, but then is it good to be using these kind of purple toning shampoos quite often? And it does say that it should be more once a week than kind of every time you wash your hair. So what I tend to do, and which I think has worked out a lot better and has taken a lot more of the kind of brassiness out of my hair, is I actually put it on when my hair is dry. And as I said, some people might turn around and go, oh my god, why are you doing that? But for me, this really works, especially for my kind of highlighted hair, because we're obviously dark underneath and then very blonde highlights on top. So what I do is I will pop this on, and you do need quite a lot of it. This is one of the most important things as well, is making sure that once you've put it on, you're brushing it through to make sure that you get all that bleached hair, that highlighted hair that you've got on your head. So the best thing that I've found is, because obviously when your hair's dry and you're putting something that's wet on your hair, it does tend to tangle quite a lot. So the best thing is one of these, which is just a tangle teaser. And I found that this is a lot better than just using your regular brush, otherwise you're going to rip your hair out, but it's just not what you want. So this is a lot more kind of delicate on your hair. So I will pop this on, brush it through with this, and then the crucial part is leaving it for a little bit longer. So I leave it for about 15 minutes. What I would say is don't leave it any more than 20 minutes if you want to leave it a bit longer. Again, that's what works for me. It might be slightly different on different hair types, but that's what's worked for me. Also, what you will find with using the silver shampoo is it will stain your hands, and it'll stain your clothes, and it will stain your fingernails. So another top tip of mine is to make sure that you're using some gloves. And these are gloves that you can just use over and over and over again. Obviously, we don't want to have loads of plastic waste, so you can just reuse the same gloves over and over again. That's what I do. I just keep them in the shower and just use them whenever I need to. And I will normally do this once a week. And I tend to use this one more than the other one that I will show you, because this one is actually the cheaper option, and you do end up using quite a lot of it when you're doing the kind of technique that I'm doing. So Yeah, so this one is actually the cheaper one. I got this from the range and I think it was like £2 something, and you know, it's not the biggest, but for £2 something, I mean, for something that really works on my hair, is absolutely amazing. It's fantastic. The only downfall of this product, and this is the only downfall from my perspective, is the smell. So I put this on, I washed my hair, conditioned, everything, and then I went to my husband, oh, what do you think of my hair? Does it smell nice? And he's like, it looks really good, but this was his exact words, it smells like granny hair. And I was like, but you know what? That is a sacrifice I will take, because my hair looks so much better and the highlights look a lot better as well. Another thing that I will pair this with is, again, the Provoke conditioner. So this is the Provoke conditioner. I will use this obviously after I've washed my hair with that one, so I'll obviously pop this in, leave it 15 minutes, then shower it out, and then I will use this afterwards, and I will normally let this sit for about 3 minutes, and that is actually what's directed on the actual bottle as well. That's what Provoke actually recommend, is that you leave it on for 3 minutes. So I leave that for 3 minutes, and then obviously dry my hair as normal, as you would normally, and it just takes a lot of that kind of brassiness out of your hair, and I feel like it's a lot better. I think at the moment I've still got a little bit of brassiness because I did do this a few days ago, and it's coming up to the time where I would normally do it again, because I normally do it every week. So it is a little bit brassy at the moment, but that, again, that's because my hair's so dark underneath and that I get a lot of brassy tones coming through. So that's one product. Another one, which again it's a lovely product, it does the same kind of thing, is the L'Oreal Professional Expert range. And again, this is just a silver shampoo. Again, it's got the kind of purple toner in there, and it works just the same really. You can put it on the same as I have been putting it on. The only thing is, this is obviously a lot more expensive than this one. So because you do use a lot of it, that's why I end up going for this one, because otherwise you'll end up spending so much money on having to buy one of these. The only reason that I do like this as well is that I do sometimes use this in between washes. So I actually spoke to my hairdresser and they said, when you're coming to, you know, needing obviously highlights redoing, obviously the brassiness comes through a lot more then. She did say to, you know, say that you could use this then every wash. So I will use this sometimes if I'm coming near to the end of needing that, obviously the end of the cycle of having my highlights done, and I'm coming to needing another set of highlights done, I will start using this a little bit more. And what I will do with this is just use this washing my hair normally. I'll probably just wash my hair, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then wash it out as normal. If my hair is only just obviously been done, the highlights have only just been done, I will still continue using this once a week. But the other thing that I will use, which smells absolutely amazing, because obviously I don't need to use this as much in between washes when I've just had my highlights done, is the Expert L'Oreal. And this is the pink one, and this smells absolutely amazing, and it's just so nice on your hair. It's so nourishing. It just smells really nice and really good, and again it's quite good for your hair actually as well, and this is recommended by my hairdresser as well. Both of these were recommended by my hairdresser. It's just that obviously they are quite expensive, these ones, so that's why I tend to go for these ones if I'm doing the kind of putting it on my dry hair and then letting it sit for a while. After every single wash, even if I'm using this one or the other Provoke one, I will always still go in with the intensive conditioner by Provoke. I just feel like this works really well, and I'll go in with that afterwards just to try and keep that kind of brassiness at bay as much as possible. So I'll make sure I link everything down below, and where you can get the products and the prices and everything. As I said, top tips are making sure you have one of these, making sure you brush through your hair once you've put this onto your dry hair, because otherwise it's not going to sink in properly. You need to make sure you're getting every single strand, and just having one of these just really helps make sure that you're covering your whole head. Don't obviously worry that, oh gosh, is it going to go and lighten the, you know, my natural darker hair. No, it won't. If you've got naturally dark hair underneath the blonde highlights, it's not going to lighten it. It's only going to lighten, obviously, the highlighted sections of your hair. And another top tip is making sure that you have some plastic gloves. Don't throw them away after you use them once, making sure that you're using them multiple times until they're at the point where they look like they're, you know, they're no good anymore, they've got holes in them. I've had mine for like literally a month now, my gloves, so, and I'm going to continue using them until I feel like they can't be used anymore, until they've got loads of holes in them. So yeah, so they're my top tips on what I do for my hair. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. Thanks guys, bye.